So I went on a trip recently, and this might be an underrated take, but I actually like airports. I know so many people who absolutely despise them, especially considering that a lot of flights require you to wake up either really early in the morning or really late at night. But I would say that's what makes it a way cooler experience. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I walk in an airport, it feels like I'm not real. It's an indescribable feeling, seeing the bright lights with thousands of people waiting in line and sitting in chairs at 1 a.m. But I agree that traveling alone is... Airports are way more enjoyable when your parents do all the work of finding the terminals and getting the tickets. But somehow, whenever I traveled with them, we always ended up at the wrong terminal at the other side of the airport. So we would have to run, and I've never seen my mom run so fast. At airports, it's like she's on steroids and starts Olympic sprinting while dragging 2 giant luggage bags in each arm. I struggled to keep up, and my mile time wasn't even that bad. After sprinting across the floor and people staring at us the whole time, we finally made it and realized we're actually 30 minutes early. I think the main reason why I love airports so much are these things. It's like a treadmill, only it gives you a major speed boost if you walk on them. It's what I imagine having super speed feels like, and I wish more places had them. Imagine walking to class with these in school, you'd never be late again. I'm genuinely shocked that some people choose to walk normally. It feels so wrong if I don't go on every single one I see. Okay, now let me mention the workers. Despite what most people say, the workers are actually nice. Well, most of them are. The first time I traveled alone, I went up to the worker that checks your passport, and he told me, "This passport's expired." Just kidding, you're good. He started laughing, and I just fake laughed with him, even though I almost had a heart attack. But I would rather have workers that are pretty chill like that than workers in airport security. The workers scream at everyone to hurry up, and I'm scrambling to put all my luggage and carry-ons in the containers for scanning.
If you got a hoodie on, take it off!
For some reason, I get nervous going through the metal detector too. I keep thinking that I have a random piece of metal on me that I forgot about. Whoops. Once when I was 7, I was packing for a trip with my family, and my smart self thought, what else do I need? My toothbrush, extra clothes, and... oh, scissors might be useful.
Bruh.
So I put a pair of elementary school scissors in my backpack, and what do you know? They took out the scissors, and my parents had no idea how they got in there. But I knew. So I had to tell my parents, and I immediately started crying. At least from that point on, I knew that metal detectors detect metal. So that's why I immediately feel better whenever I pass through security. And all I have to do from that point on is wait and find something to eat. Which doesn't seem that hard considering there's fast food places everywhere, but the lines are always so long. But it's my only choice because I would go broke if I bought a snack from the convenience store. I saw a pack of pistachios sell for $17, and if that's not a scam, I don't know what is. While I was at the airport, I was so dehydrated that I lined up at a coffee shop for probably 30 minutes. There were these 2 teenagers working there, and they were taking forever to even get to the first customer in line. One girl was walking around the back doing something, and the girl in the front looked like she was cleaning the blenders. And no one in line said anything. Eventually, the people at the front of the line got so mad and left. And finally, after waiting for so long, I could finally order an ice cold cup of water. "Hi, can I get a water, please?" "Okay, that'll be $5. After emptying the rest of my bank account, it was time to board the plane. I don't know how some people like plane rides. I guess it depends on what seat you get, because I usually end up in the middle seat, which is the worst seat you can get. At least in the window seat, you get the sky view and an armrest all to yourself. And the aisle seat is obviously top tier because you don't have to scooch past the passengers next to you just to use the bathroom. In the plane, I sat next to an old man and a random woman. The old man sat in the aisle seat and he probably slept for around 90% of the ride. And eventually I really need to use the bathroom, but I couldn't just wake him up. So I sat there and suffered until finally the flight attendant woke him up after a couple of hours. This was my chance, and then he put down his tray and she placed his food on it. After eating some questionable beef and potato mush, and everyone finished their meals, I could finally get up and use the bathroom. Sorry. After getting off the plane, there's still the hassle of finding your luggage bag on the conveyor belt thing. My face visibly lights up when I finally spot it, but in cases when my luggage bag is super heavy, I struggle lifting it off. This reminds me of the time when I was a kid and struggled to even lift 10 pounds, so this guy came over and helped me, so big props to him. But you know, I feel proud now that I can lift my luggage all by myself. When I finally get out the airport, it's pitch black outside, I'm jet lagged, have a massive headache, and have multiple cramps. But I will do it all over again. Well, that's everything I have for my experiences in airports. Let me know in the comments if you personally like airports or not, and if you can relate to any part of the video. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!